Hello, I'm CammyG and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World daily update videos. So these are the videos where we cover everything from the llama shop to mission alerts to daily quests and how that has updated through the day. So we start here with the llamas, where it's always useful to check your upgrade llamas because you might get one go gold, just like here. I feel like we've been lucky over the past sort of week or so. Got quite a lot of them go legendary on the first one here. And then for the limited one, we have the Spy Llamas. So there's some really great weapons in here and some good heroes. So I will go over that at the end in the collection book. I will say what ones to look out for, which ones might be worth actually buying the llama for. So if you need to see that, obviously make sure you stick around to the end of the video. But for now, we will move on and go to the quests tab. So war games, in Twine, we have mist pods and no building zones. So we've obviously already built the trap tunnels. If you've not seen our endurance AFK builds, check them down in the description. The playlists are all there for every single area. But yeah, Twine should be easy to do there. Close quarters on Plankton and Stonewood can be a pain because they just spawn close to the base, so you might not be able to get away with that one. And then Canny, torn apart with full time, no problem whatsoever on that one, so you can definitely run all of those, I think, for the most part. And then Stonewood for the daily endurance, that's really easy to do. Stonewood's the easiest one. Survive the Horde, it's just the same daily as it always is, I think. I don't think it's going to change much. So yeah, there's not much to go over there. Now if we go to the actual areas, so I'm going to start in Ventures, but I am still fairly low down, so we can't show too much. And to be honest, apart from going over to the 4 players, where here we have 4 times lightning a bottle, which is pretty worth doing, but you're probably going to do these anyway, just for the Venture XP. That one's not fantastic, but again, you might want to do it for the Venture XP. That one's not fantastic, but again, Venture XP, and Venture XP. So apart from the one at the bottom here, which is just to show it's a power level 34 mission, probably not worth doing the other ones just for the mission alert rewards. If you want to do it for the Venture XP, obviously that is very much worth doing. Now if we go into Stonewood, because that is where everybody can access, so I'll start there. In terms of mission alert rewards, we've not really got anything to call out, not going to lie. No V-Bucks today either, by the way, for any area. And that's 4 players, not really worth doing. That one's worth doing though. Good amount of pure drops of rain on that one. If you are in Stonewood, Plankton, maybe even Canny, might still be worth doing. We can check this one up here. Schematic XP, so not really worth it. That's an epic schematic, so probably not worth it. And 9 lightning in a bottle is not really a lot for how difficult that mission can be, especially if you don't get teammates. So we will then move on to Plankton, which again doesn't really have anything worth getting. It's only really Canny and Twine where you start getting them today. So sorry about that if you're not high enough to do that. My ult's not high enough to do it, so at least it gives me less to have to do today. Survivor XP, not really worth doing for, I don't think, in my opinion. Probably not worth doing that one either. What else have we got 4-player mission wise? Hero XP, probably not worth it. And Survivor XP, not worth it. Even if you do get Uncommon Perk Up, there's plenty of better ways to get Uncommon Perk Up. Now, for Canny, the first mission we're going to call out is a Cat 2 over here. So Husk Cleaver is a pretty standard sword. It's your standard sort of great sword. It's all right. It's not great. It's not bad. So yeah, if you're looking for a sword, maybe get that one. Hero XP there on the 4 times, not really worth it. So we'll move on to the next sort of set of missions. I think I've missed something though. Yeah, sorry, up here potentially. We have the Pressure Cutter, so another pretty standard sword. Not fantastic, not terrible. It's got good impact though. They usually do on those hydraulic type weapons. 4-player there, not really worth doing just for Survivor XP. Then if we head a bit further down, we have some more missions, because that's what happens when you go further down. Schematic XP, not really worth it there. Here we have the Socket Slugger, so probably just for the what's it called, the collection book, I'd just say for that one. And here we have the one shot. So if you saw our April Fool's video, if you haven't, it's pretty funny, but I basically just showed a bunch of pretty bad weapons, and this was one of them, as claiming it to be the top 10. Other than that, we have the Riptide here, which is a fairly good SMG. It's not great, just like the other weapons in this area. It's not great, but it's not terrible. We've got 3 mini reward llamas there. Schematic XP on that one, so probably not worth doing the 4 times, and same with that one, not worth it. So now we will work on Twine. So this is where we're going to start getting a lot more better rewards. So there's quite a lot of weapons in this low area, so a double reward there. Neither of them are particularly fantastic guns, but you get 2 and you can put them in the collection book, so go ahead. That's a good 4 times mission for lightning in a bottle if you need that. Hero XP, probably not worth it. Go a bit further up. Ooh, we've got another double weapon there. Dam Buster is actually a really good launcher. It does do a bit more impact than damage. You know, if you probably want to focus more on sort of crowd control than actual pure damage on that one, but it is a good launcher nonetheless. These 2 are not really worth doing, so we'll keep moving on. I think there was a mission I missed actually. There's a floor launcher. Is it this one? There you go. Epic, legendary floor launcher. Always worth getting. Legendary traps if you don't already have them, because traps are king in this game in my opinion. 2 mini reward llamas there, and then if we keep going down somewhere, I feel like I potentially missed it. There we go. 2 weapons here. So the Storm Blade is a very good sword, like no joke. It is one of the best swords in the game. Siege Breaker is a pretty good AR, probably like top 30%, so it's not like the top sort of ARs, but it is very good. 2 more 4 times that aren't worth doing, so yeah, I mean, what can you do? I don't know. This is just not really worth doing today, guys, the 4-player missions. Neither of those, and yeah, it's a bit depressing, isn't it? Broadside trap though there to lighten things up. Very, very good wall trap. Expensive wall trap to craft, but it is probably one of the better wall traps in the game. 2 more 4-player missions that aren't worth doing. Depressing times. Legendary Survivor though. Always love a Legendary Survivor, so keep checking out for those on the daily updates, because they're always worth seeing if there is one. Ooh, that's a good 4-player mission though. 4 times Storm Shard with some epic perk up as well. Get going on that one if you can. Keep moving up. We have a 5 times lightning in the ball. That's pretty good. And then just some Survivor XP, so we'll just breeze straight on past that one. Here we have Pure Drops of Rain with Storm Shard. Pretty good. Definitely check that out. Copper Nailer, so it's all right. I mean, it's a gun. That's all I'll say. Then, as we work our way up, that is another fantastic 4-player mission to do if you need those materials. I'm pretty sure everyone does as you expand your arsenal of heroes and weapons. That one's not worth doing. This one is though. You get a gun and 4 times Eye of the Storm. What's not to love? This one also very good. 5 times Storm Shard is insane, and then the 400 reperk is going to be fantastic as well. This one's good for the perk up, although we do generally prefer more legendary and epic, but you know, I guess it's good to make up for that balance. And then we get a Bruiser Defender, so that's a melee defender. Not really worth it for them, but you know, plenty of reperk on that one, and Repair the Shelter is easy to do, so maybe worth it. Cat 4 there, going to be harder, so the same reward, so I'd probably just do this one if it was me. 5 times Eye of the Storm and 400 reperk, another very, very lucrative offer there for a van, and then the data's not worth doing. So yeah, there you go. All right, let's go into the collection book then. As I said, we will look to find the what was it? I forget what is the spy heroes. Okay, so there's some decent spy heroes. So here we have armor increase, so not really worth getting him, to be honest. I don't think anyway. Bull Rush perks. I mean, Bull Rush is very niche. In my opinion, not worth it. Now, this is a good perk for the Kunai Storm if you are a Kunai Storm user or a ninja user in general. Be on the lookout for him in the llamas. If you can even get them in the llamas. I don't know, you probably can't, to be honest, because they are mythic. Can't remember how that works. Phase Shift causes next range weapon is a pretty good perk if you can be bothered. Me personally, I've never really gotten into it, but I know it can be used in very strong builds, so she is a good hero to get. But again, I'm not sure if you can get her in the Spy Llamas. And then we have Undercover Buzz. She's a very, very good hero if you're wanting to do a sort of ability gadget build. So your gadgets, not to be confused with abilities. So abilities are stuff like Going Commando, grenades, Teddy, stuff like that. They're abilities. Gadgets are stuff like your turrets, your healing, your supply drop, slow field. They're all gadgets. So if you want to use her to get your turret back super fast, feel free. I think she's only really worth it in the lower areas because that's where the gadgets can actually be useful. Turret doesn't really do too much damage when you get into sort of twine levels. It can still be useful up to like 124, potentially 140. But, you know, any way past that, and it really just drops off. But in terms of the weapons, there's some great weapons in here. So the Grunt is a very, very good rifle. It is semi-automatic, so it's obviously not going to be like a spammy automatic one, but it uses AR ammo, so medium ammo, instead of the small bullets, so you can save yourself on those. And yeah, it's just crazy damage. We had it in one of the ventures a few seasons back, potentially last season actually, and my god, the damage is actually insane. If you get this set up to be a headshot build, that's what I'd recommend. Don't do crit on it. Crit's only really good for weapons that shoot really fast, to be honest, because then you've got more chance to crit. But yeah, moving on, we have the Browbeater. So this is basically a spaz shotgun, and I really like it. Objectively, is it good? I'd say it's a good shotgun, but it's not one of the best because it has a very low fire rate. Now, the range and damage is insane. Like, the range isn't the top you can get for a shotgun, but it is pretty high. If we actually go into it, you can see. So the range is 2048, which is kind of standard for a shotgun, but the damage is absolutely insane. So I like to use it as like a mist monster killer, you know, husky husk killer. But it's just really fun to use, though. Then the Turncoat is a pretty good pistol. Nothing fantastic, but yeah, if you want to get that and use a crit build on that one because it shoots a bit faster. Cyclops is meh, it's alright. I wouldn't bother getting it just for that. The Pepper Spray is an alright SMG again, so if you like SMGs, maybe go for it, but the Trinity is where the SMG actually shines, because this one's going to fire a lot faster and a lot more accurate. So, and I think it has a bit more range as well. If we check the range there, it's got 4096, and what's this one got? Oh, it's the same range actually. Sorry, that's my bad. But it has a much tighter spread on the bullets because it is burst fire and just built more around accuracy, so it's really good for that. The Cleaner, I don't think is a very good sniper. The Instigator, again, I don't think it's one of the best bows. And the Pot Shot, though, is a very good launcher. I know a lot of people big up this launcher. It is really good. So yeah, the key takeaways would be Pot Shot, Grunt, and Browbeater, in my opinion, and the SMG, the Trinity, the sort of vector SMG. But yeah, that's just my take. Obviously, if you see a weapon that you think you'd like to use, you know, say the revolver, for example, with a scope, if you just want to use that because you like revolvers and you like scoped weapons, then feel free to do it. You don't have to just pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm just saying what is, like, you know, sort of not truly objectively, but, you know, more objectively spoken about. So yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. Probably a bit longer than the usual one, so I appreciate that. But when there's a limited llama in there, such as the Spy one, I like to give my opinion on what is good, because I know a lot of you guys respect my opinion, and I respect you for respecting it, so let's respect each other. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the daily update. I really appreciate it. If you could do any sort of engagement on the video, or subscribe if you haven't, that would be fantastic. But if not, don't worry, and have a great day. So thank you so much, and I'll see you later.